I finished Ghost of the Ostfront for like the third time.
Really?
It's just
what is it's the book about World War?
no,
you listen to
it's a Carlin podcast about
gotcha.
the Eastern Front.
I got to get into it.
It is insane
how bad they were.
How bad both sides were, and just like I was telling you, you were busy, but there's one story where there's this, you had to follow if you were a Soviet commander, you had to follow every order to a T. Like you couldn't fuck it up at all. So like,
what happens if you did? They would shoot you.
They'd kill you.
Jesus Christ.
It's like no matter what the order was, you had to do it. So this one's like move the line up 5 kilometers, and on a map there's no river. Yeah. But now there's a river in front of you, and he's like, all my guys are Mongolians. None of them. They're all from the steppes. They've never even seen water.
Damn.
And he's like, if we try to cross, they're all going to drown, but that's the order. So then he would just send them all. They would all drown. He'd get to the other side and be like, about fucking 7 dudes survived. And they'd be like, what the fuck happened? They'd be like, well, they drowned in the river.
And they'd be like, all right.
They're like, okay.
Fair enough.
Thanks.
Good work.
Hang up. Like, it was insane, dude. Everything was...
That's fucking crazy.
But then, especially like the stories about like Berlin at the end, when like the Soviets are coming, it's like, holy fuck, dude.
When they came, they stormed. I didn't know they stormed Berlin.
Yeah, that's where we met them.
Terrifying. When the Ruskies came,
Americans and the Russians met in Berlin, and everybody in Berlin was trying to get to the American side. They're like, please let us surrender to you guys, because those guys are
Ruskies
raping everybody.
Damn,
they were, and it was like they were raping chicks to death. Dude, it's fucking crazy.
I mean, there are a bunch of Ruskies in the wild, dude.
There are Ruskies and this had all just happened to them. So the Germans have been doing it for years.
Going through Russia on a little, they were raping?
They were fucking every atrocity imaginable.
What?
So then
what's their beef with the fucking Ruskies?
Well, the Russians, I mean, it was all racial. They were like, these people aren't Aryan.
Yeah.
They're the hordes from Asia.
Let's rape them.
They're not human. So any war crime you commit is not a crime.
Against a Ruski?
Yeah.
Shit.
So everything was legal. Like, you could just... It was nuts.
You could do whatever. So the Ruskies were just like, oh, yeah? So they came
like,
back.
You think you guys can rape? Wait till you see what we do, dude. It was... And then all these countries that were in the middle, like Poland and fucking...
Were they catching R's on the way there?
They were catching R's on the way there and back.
Damn,
dude. Got the old double R, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, and then the idea at the end of it is like an entire population with PTSD.
For sure.
Like the whole population has it that survived World War II.
It's just
like it must have just been wild.
Oh, after that? You can't even imagine, dude.
No.
You can't even fathom it.
Like that's
keeping a stiff upper lip. When the Ruskies come and go, it's like, especially them coming through and being like, rape the whole town, and you're just like, motherfucker. And then you see them coming back, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Dude, it was like there's a story of them going into like a covenant, convent, convent, of like nuns, and they were getting old and young. Like it wasn't like it was sexual. It was like they were doing this to them on purpose.
Jesus,
it was
Christ,
fucking crazy,
dude.
Bro. That's one of the hardest things. That's a hard podcast to listen to.
That's a tough one.
It's fucking nuts.
They stormed the convent. Bad timing. I saw a hot nun not too long ago. I'd never seen a hot nun before. I saw one the other day when I went to Palm Sunday.
That's awesome.
Saw a hot young nun, and I was like, oh my God. Dude, like, I've only seen old, like, just super old ladies. I saw probably like a 26-year-old Spanish-looking chick. It was a nun, and I was just like, oh my God.
Dios mío,
dude. I was like, because I'd always be like, I'd hear about like, priests and like nuns and having sex. I'm like, dude, I've never fucking done. They're old as hell. Saw a young one. I was like, oh boy. I was like, I couldn't be in the order with that. I'd be, baby.
That'd be step one.
Dude, if I was in the convent, oh man. I mean, I used to go and bring them cranberry juice when I was a little kid, but they were just the old fucking toes. They were all washed up. Yeah. They were the old toes.
This is for your periods, Mother Superior.
We used to bring them. Dude, I used to have to go there and bring them fucking cranberry juice and sit there, and they'd be like, I'm like, fuck, this sucks.
Smells in there.
Ugh.
It smells like old ladies.
Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, I didn't know.
Speaking of old ladies, I showed you that picture of my fucking grandma.
Yeah, dude. How's she doing?
I don't know.
Still hanging on?
I don't think.
Still hanging on?
I think think R.I.P. dude.
Slipping away.
I think my nana is on her fucking last leg.
Can you prematurely pull the plug on someone? It's like, yo. Like even if you're not on a ventilator, if they're on like the heart monitor or something,
Just sick. Just be like,
pull it out.
Don't feed her.
Yeah, pull all the plugs out.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That'll be a weird one.
What, when she dies?
Yeah, because I don't know. It's like because she's old, and like my whole family is just like, it sucks because she's old enough that she's like borderline a burden.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And she wasn't like the nicest lady her whole life.
She's been a meanie.
She was a bit of a mean nan. She was,
Really?
again, she was just funny.
Yeah.
She was funny. She was a dickhead. She was funny.
She's a mean old
but
nan.
she was a dickhead.
Is she from America?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
She might have been born over there.
Real. A lot of those older women got soured by the Great Depression.
Yeah.
I remember my cousin had a nan who was not too nice, dude.
Really?
She's pretty. I think she was like part German. She was a mean old nan, dude.
Yeah, you could run into some mean. If she was German, dude.
Yeah, she was
Yeah, that could be it.
She might have been a fucking Nazi,
She
dude.
could have survived the Ruskies.
Holy fuck! I never
She
thought
might have
about
got
that.
fucking plugged by a bunch of Ruskies.
I never thought about that. She wasn't from Germany. She was from America. I think she was from America.
Oh, well, still.
Someone she knew
Some of her
someone.
boys, her pals got. She was definitely friends with Nazis.
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy. I never thought about that. She was a mean dude.
Dude, I told you I was at my friend's grandpa's
So
funeral.
sick. I can't wait to talk about him. This fucking Nana being a Nazi.
My friend's grandma, or my friend's
That's what
grandpa.
Nana stands for.
Yeah.
But your friend's grandma what?
My friend's grandpa was from Austria, and we were at his funeral, and they had like a slideshow on the wall, and one of them was him in military uniform, and I was
Stop,
like,
dude.
"What? I was like, this guy's a fucking Nazi." What? Yeah, he was in the Austrian military.
What the fuck?
That just meant he was a Nazi.
So you had to fucking
I fucking sat down and said a prayer. I knelt by this Nazi's fucking.
And you take it
coffin.
back. You shouldn't like take backs, dude.
I've been like, dude, I don't know what you did. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. Good luck up there. You're gonna have to talk to old St. Pete about what you did.
No, dude. Why did they put that in the slideshow? I mean, they had to celebrate his life.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're fucking.
They could have blurred him out.
They were like Austrian. They were like proud of their heritage.
Proud Nazis.
Proud fucking Nazis, dude.
It's
Well,
gotta-
you didn't have a choice to serve.
I know exactly. Yeah, I mean that sucks. Yeah, I'm sure.
You know,
yeah, I'm
of course,
sure,
it was
yeah.
a giant war of the entire country.
Yeah, you're
So
saying
there's
there's
definitely-
good people on both sides.
I'm saying there's a lot of bad people on both sides. Well, they were fighting the fucking Soviets.
That's
I'm
true.
talking that.
They're monsters, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good people. I
It's
know
just
what you're
monsters
saying.
fighting monsters. You
Yeah.
could just be a normal dude, and your government sucks.
That's
And
true.
they're just like, well, you're a Nazi now.
Join up or
They're
die.
like, do you want to join up, or we're gonna shoot your whole family?
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, yeah, I guess.
Chuck on the uniform.
Yeah,
Get to goose stepping, dude.
get the fucking stepping.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the ultimate choice.
Well, that's something your boy JP talks about a lot, and every historian is like, it's easy to fucking sit here now
Oh, my
and be like,
God.
look at these pieces of shit. I would have done something.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have done shit.
Yeah, saying the person.
You would have fucking joined right
It's
up.
funny the people I know who go along with like every single cultural thing going on right now are like, oh my god, I would. It's like you would have been a fucking. Nazi,
You would have
dude.
been, dude. If you had the fucking balls to try to like assassinate someone or like, oh my god,
Yeah, exactly.
dude. There's.
I
like,
would have probably done it. I'm not gonna lie.
I would have definitely led an
assassinated
insurrection.
Hitler. I'm just saying.
There's almost no chance Hitler could rise in my country.
I'm just allergic to groupthink. That's just
I would
me.
kill him right away.
Oh, if it were me, forget it, dude. I'm
Yeah.
allergic to groupthink.
Although early on, I'd be cheering for him.
You think so?
Yeah, because he was a fucking maniac. I'd be like, this guy's hilarious.
Well, he also came in. Yeah, he did come in a time. He came in a time while they were
Yeah.
having a tough time, and he was like, "Don't show mama."
he trumped out.
Trumped out, dude. He's like, "It's going to be a magnificent."
Yeah, he. But yeah, there's stories that are just like there's one that's sick. It's like this is in Berlin, like right before the Soviets are coming, and everybody. The story is like everybody on this trolley was like panicking and like talking shit.
Yeah.
And this dude in the back was wearing like full fucking Nazi regalia, like fucking. He was an officer that like blew up a bunch of tanks, like you could tell by his.
He had
tanks
tons
on.
of swaz on
And he
him.
stood up and was like, "Listen, shut the fuck up." He's like, "If they do half of what we did to them, we are fucked. So you better fight to the fucking death today." And
Oh,
everyone
when
was
they
like,
came in?
yeah.
This dude
'Cause
had
they-
like the most swat.
they were-
Did
yeah.
they do that like a football team? Like the more tanks you explode, they
get
hit you another
stickers.
swallow
Yeah,
in your
he had a
helmet?
bunch of Buckeyes. And yeah, because at the end they were using like boys and old men to fight these fucking Soviets. They're like, we got to use everything we got.
There's so many Ruskies though.
There's a lot of Ruskies, and those boys were eager to get in there.
Damn.
Because and also the Soviets were using they were using everybody. So this is convicts. This is fucking.
They freed everybody. They're like,
everyone
"Yo,
was
let's
just
go
like, you're
fuck
going to
these
the
guys
front,
up."
dude. Go nuts. Yeah, these are the worst people in the world.
Shit.
But it's people that committed the worst atrocities, fighting each other.
Yeah.
So then when atrocities happen to them, it's like
You're
you
saying-
still like there's still sympathy. Because it's
For who?
so horrible for either side. Like whoever's getting victimized, it's like Jesus Christ.
Oh, who's getting like
even if
stormed
it's the
and
Nazis,
raped? Yeah, who's getting stormed and raped?
yeah,
Yeah,
even if you just sat back,
That's a tough ticket to pull from the deli counter.
but it is like because all these people in Berlin were like, hell yeah, we're fucking these countries up. We're the best. It's like you guys were just storming and raping everybody.
Yeah, dude.
So then when it comes back to you,
Well, did you ever read that? I think I showed you that article I read one time from Everyday Feminism where they're trying to say that like Latinx countries, their like rape culture stems directly from colonial Europeans, and it was just like I remember reading that and being like, well, from the people who used to like gut virgins and sacrifice them on the altars, just like had no fucking clue about rape, and they saw like white dudes come, and they're like, whoa, wait,
oh, yeah, of course.
what you got going on over there?
Yeah,
That was
of
the
course.
funniest fucking thing I've ever read. And it was like, yeah, and that's where it happened, and that's where they learned about it from.
There are stories though of like, especially in Africa, like I think Liberia.
Yeah,
Liberia, I don't know if you know about Liberia, but it's like an American colony.
yeah, I've heard
Like
that.
it's like their flag is like basically the American flag. The capital is Monrovia after President Monroe.
Which flag is it? Is it just like the Blue Lives Matter flag?
Yeah, basically.
Is it really?
Except I think they have 1 star instead of 50.
Gotcha.
Same exact American flag,
Yeah.
1 star. But apparently they kind of adopted slavery from us.
Oh,
like
they
a
were
bunch
like-
of freed slaves were sent to Liberia,
Yeah.
and they just immediately were like, "We should be the guys that did the other thing."
No, yeah, they
And
got
then
everyone
they
in.
started, yeah,
They're like, I got an idea.
like everybody, come here.
That's
We're
what
gonna build
gonna
you a nice house,
do. That's
and you just work for free.
hilarious.
And we're gonna hit you.
They had the business model.
We're gonna knock your. Yeah, exactly. That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
they must have been motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah, it's one of those things where an atrocity happened
They
to you.
must have came back and like, we're back.
Hey, what's up? You guys aren't gonna believe what we just learned.
Like, what'd you guys do? What'd you guys do over there? And like, check it out.
Why don't you come here?
Come here.
Put some handcuffs on you.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, bro. We're at an hour right now.
All right, bro.
We can keep plugging though.
What's up,
You got
bro?
anything? You gassed? That Ghost of the Ostfront wasn't really a hot topic for us.
That was a super hot topic, dude.
It just fucks me up,
Dude,
It's like, and then just normal people have no
do
idea
you think they add that to Clash of Clans?
what.
Like a rape function?
At the end.
That's pretty
What
horrible.
was wild about the story about that convent is like the Russian soldiers that were up front were like pretty elite soldiers. So they would come in and be like, we're going to take care of you, but you got to get the fuck out of here. Like the guys coming behind us are wild.
Savages, yeah.
Like you need to go west quick. And
So they just
people couldn't.
yeah, exactly. You got a bunch
And
of
this
nuns.
is what was considered. He was like the largest, like mass retreat in human history. It was millions of people trying to go west. So every road was just packed with. It was all women and children because the men are dead.
Oh.
So it's just miles of women drivers trying to get out
Oh
of
my
cities,
god, dude.
just walking and all that. But it was enough that they were lit up at night, so the bombers could see them, and the Soviets would just blow up women and children.
Oh.
Like, dude, they were.
Payback.
Rightfully so. They were fucking furious.
Yeah,
and they were
that's-
coming in just to kill everyone. It's wild,
Jesus
bro.
Christ. I mean,
It's
that's
wild.
all it takes is one person coming in and like fucking up your village, and it's like, all right, well, this fucking on. Tag, I'm it, dude. Let's go.
Dude, there's all these stories of. I'm sorry I'm doing this.
don't
It's just
care.
I'm excited about it because
That's
it's
fucking tight.
wild shit. There's these stories about like partisans is what they're called. So like when you invade a country, if you're occupying a country, basically the people resisting.
Yeah.
And like the Germans came into this town and they were like, "Get us this fucking gold, or we're gonna kill everyone."
They're like the Anunnaki.
And they're like, "We're gonna check in on you later."
yeah.
So everybody in the village So then these soldiers left, and like 4 Nazis were left there. Everyone in the village murdered those Nazis, burned down the village, and left, except for one building that all the Nazis were in. And they left a box that just said gold on it. And when they opened it, it was everyone's heads.
Oh.
And it was like, dude, they
How did the Nazis not know? The building
they kept open
the Nazis had been in.
Yeah, like their headquarters
That's so
in the
fun.
town.
That'd be so fun to burn your town down, chop off your captors' heads. Like, seriously, that would be fucking tight.
But then there's stories of like in Sarajevo, they assassinated the guy who was
the bull.
the
Yeah,
governor.
I remember that. Yeah,
they assassinated him, and then the way the Nazis responded was they hung like 1,000 people. They just hung 1,000 civilians from like the light posts in the cities.
What was the direct economic interest they were fighting over back then? So I know now like it's oil and all that stuff. Back then, were they just like
fuck? I forget what the word for it in German is, but he was
Volkswagen
in Mein Kampf. Yeah, it's Volkswagen. It's something like free land.
Yeah,
Like Lebensspace, like living space.
Mm-hmm.
And
they wanted to eat it. Russia was big as fuck. So they were like,
well, no, this was Germany. They were trying to take over the world.
yeah,
They were like the Aryan people need living space.
yeah, we need to breathe.
Everybody over here is our slave. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
on the west, they're gonna join us. Like it was.
Oh, I got you. So there's basically like
They were just trying to invade everything. And eventually, this was right in World War II was when oil became massive.
Mm-hmm.
So the Germans were trying to work their way down to the Middle East to get all the oil.
wow. So that was the plan. It was like everyone
Head down through like Greece, get into like Turkey. That's why
Yeah.
they were also in North Africa. They were all trying to work their way to the Middle
So they're
East.
just going to invade everyone, be like, white people are the best, hit the fucking Africa, take all the oil in the Middle East, and then just be the fucking oligarchs of the world.
Yeah. And the Ruskies were like, nah.
The Ruskies are like, nah, dude.
But then towards the end, it
Ruskies
was
are like, we're fucking white, too. Stop calling us
Stop
fucking-
saying we're not
Stop
white.
saying we're fucking Asian, dude.
We're going to rape a bunch of people to prove it.
We're fucking white, dude. We're not fucking Asian.
And then, yeah. But then the Germans at the end tried to flip it, tried to like make history like, we were trying to protect the West from the Soviets. Like, that was our goal. And it's like, I think you guys did some other things.
What about that?
Yeah, we're fucking rambling here.
No, dude, you every time you start talking history, dude, for some
I always
reason,
get in my own head about
use your goddamn, dude, you're a fucking trained historian. I love sitting here and listening to this stuff.
If you have any interest in history, Hardcore History's fucking Ghost of the Ostfront. You can buy it. It's one of Dan Carlin's like, it's behind a paywall.
yeah.
Dude. It's the
Which one is this?
Eastern Front
Oh,
World War
okay.
II.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the sickest
This is
fucking
the when the
shit,
Ruskies
dude.
fought them off.
Ruskies fucking Nazis, just evil versus evil. It's fucking crazy.
It's the best type of evil, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
so I was just listening to it. I'm derail this fucking thing. And
Sure.
Talk Holocaust and World War II, but I always wondered because the siege of Stalingrad took like 3 years. The Nazis just surrounded a city, and I was always like, why didn't they just fucking take it? The Nazis were sieging cities because they didn't want to be responsible for the civilians. Like they didn't want to have to take care of them, so they were like, we'll just starve them, and then we'll just take the city.
Yeah.
Like they were literally like, we don't want to just go take the city because then we'll be responsible for these people, or we'll have to kill them. We'll just sit outside and wait.
Yeah, just the dogs eat the dogs, dude.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
what you do.
And then the people started eating each other, and shit got rowdy in there.
Got wild,
But
dude.
then it got cold out. Then it got cold in Russia, and the Nazis
Yeah,
had
the Nazis
then
hate the
Nazis
cold.
got in trouble.
The fucking army of the dead came after him, dude.
Yeah. Then the Red Army they were none too pleased
so-
with the way the Nazis conducted themselves.
Oh, there's funny stuff. They're
pissed,
probably
dude.
sitting out there like eating spam too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're
Yeah.
like starving to death. They're like, oh, we're eating so good.
Yeah. It's so nice out, and then they're like, it's a little cold.
cold.
And like the next day, it's -40.
Yeah.
It's like we gotta get the fuck out of here.
I mean, dude, imagine too, like you're a German and you're like, chilling with your boys, starving a bunch of people. And then it turns -40, like the weird shit. You're like, oh my
Ugh.
god, I'm going to fucking hell. Dude, that would be so scary.
Bro, this whole thing, because Carlin's obsessed with like the atrocities that happened. And,
Yeah.
that's why it's hardcore.
Hardcore.
Then again,
I love medieval torture.
dude, he just talks about atrocity. He had a whole fucking
He just
like
talks
4
about
hours on medieval
atrocities.
torture.
He loves
Hell yeah,
it.
dude.
It's insane.
It's fucking nuts.
The one that was about like Protestants and these Catholics like in Germany, and they I just remember the way they tortured these dudes was like hot pinchers.
Yeah.
And they would just rip chunks out of you.
You know about the
From the
fucking
most sensitive parts. It was like under your arm, inner thigh.
You talking about an ancient Smurf fight?
Dude, yes, with a hot fucking boiling, like a molten hot tong. It would just
dude.
rip chunks out of you.
My favorite is that
it was
fucking
insane.
that golden pear thing they put in your butt and like fucking.
What is it?
It's a golden. It's like it's the size of like an avocado.
Okay.
And then they put it in your ass.
Yeah.
And then they turn it and it like blooms like a fucking flower. and
Like the
stretch-
golden snitch?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot like it. The wings pop
So
out.
there was,
those
there was
fucking-
dudes in like full fucking executioner hoods who'd be like, titty twister.
Yeah.
The worst titty twister. It would rip your titty off.
Indian burn.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
But on your
Ripping
dick
arm off.
with fucking with heated up fucking night gloves, dude. Just fucking
They both delivered
shit
the Indian burn at the same time, so no one knew which one actually.
dude. There was one.